we live in a world that's far from heaven, and there are many different types of people in our world. And while most of them are nice and kind, there are also many toxic people. And whenever we come across them, we might just want them to disappear right in front of us. And so today I'm going to be talking about the smartest way to deal with toxic people. And so the first thing you have to realize is the truth. And so it's actually, so the truth is that they are everywhere, and it's possible to get rid of all of them. And even if you try to get one out of your life, you'll just come across another one. And so it's not actually about them, but about you. And you should just become unavailable to their negativity. And it's a bit like a virus where if you have a strong immune system, the virus won't be able to do anything to you. However, if you have a weak immune system, then the virus will be able to spread inside your body and eventually make you sick. So you should just learn to be stronger inside yourself and to be unaffected by them. And so their only true power is your reaction. So if you just ignore them, they can't really do anything to you. And so the only thing where they can do anything is unless they enter your mind. So you should just keep them out of your mind and just stop thinking about them. And furthermore, they feed on your frustration, on your frustration and your confusion. And so the moment you give a reaction to them, they'll just go further. So you have to rewire your brain to just ignore them. It's a bit like when you walk on a road, and if you trip over a stone, and it's not good to just take out all your emotions onto the stone. You should just remind yourself to be careful next time, as it won't really, as taking all your anger and emotion out on the stone won't make any difference, and it won't make anything better. And so why does ignoring toxic people work? So actually, once you ignore a toxic person, what they normally feel is that when they feel their influence slipping, they'll grow more panicked, and once you leave them, it'll force them to face their own toxicness. And it's a bit like if you don't feed fuel to fire, then it will eventually die out. However, if you keep feeding it, then the fire will just grow bigger and bigger. And so you have to be different to normal people, as most people just live as puppets live as puppets throughout their lives, and they let one person's negativity or toxicity just ruin their whole day. And that's basically, it drains them of energy, and it makes them be controlled by external forces which aren't even in their control. And so what you can really control is to strengthen your inner self, to be unaffected by all those external things. And you have to realize that what truly matters is what is inside you, and not really about how bad things are out on the outside. My dad once told me a story about one of his colleagues, and he was really, and my dad's colleague was really respected throughout the whole company. My dad told me that he remembered when his colleague gave advice, which was whenever he wanted to feel like arguing with someone, or whenever he felt like someone was just in the wrong, he would just count to 10, and that eventually made him control himself, and he was able to just ignore them, and to just be unaffected by them. And so that just strengthens himself. However, it leaves the other person just feeling frustrated and angry. And so how do toxic people think, and what is their true nature? So basically, the aim is basically just to provoke you. And so if you have them in your mind and you're thinking about maybe an argument you had with them, then they basically win, as that's basically their goal. So you have to basically, as I said before, strengthen yourself so that you ignore them and you don't be affected by them. And furthermore, if they try to apologize, then that's not truly what they think. They just do it because they want to keep you with them and keep provoking you. And yeah, just keep keep trying to get you to show your emotions, and then they just go further. And most people would try to like talk to them and maybe get them to change. However, it's actually nearly impossible to get them to change, as they just want power and not healthy relationships. I remember when I was younger, and I was quite addicted to playing games, and yeah, I even had up to 5 hours on a day on a game. And so even after my parents like took away my phone, and we did like various things like going out for walks and stuff like that to keep me away from my screen, it took like even 6 months to like slightly get rid of the addiction. And so yeah, if changing a small habit is that hard to do, then changing someone's whole personality would be like nearly impossible. So yeah, you shouldn't think, oh, how do I get them to change? You should just think to just ignore them and carry on with your own life. And then furthermore, once you do that, your mindset will shift, and you will be able to think that you don't owe them anything, and you'll be able to walk away. And once you do that, you'll also realize that you don't truly need them, and you'll be able to break free from their control, and that will also help you relieve a lot of your stress, and you'll be able to focus more on yourself and grow yourself. And finally, how do you turn their negativity into your success? So you could look at their insults as a way to strengthen yourself and to improve on yourself, and like the actual true revenge that you can give to them is being someone in the future that they can never get close to again. And once you do that, then yeah, they'll be unable to reach you, and you'll be able to live so fully that when you look back, you'll just realize that they were just a lesson in your life, for you to just grow stronger. And so yeah, if the main points I want you to learn today are that you shouldn't try to get away from them, you should just ignore them, and also that it's hard to change them, as changing someone's personality is a really hard thing to do, and it was really hard for me to change a small habit, so it would be really hard for someone to change their whole personality. Yeah, and so if you ever come across a toxic person in the future, you will know how to deal with them, which is just to ignore them and don't try to change them. Just strengthen yourself internally, and yeah, you will just be completely unaffected. And remember, like it's like when you're walking on a path and you trip over a stone, there's no point just putting out your emotions on the stone. You should, as it won't make anything better, you should just ignore it, which is just like which is yeah, similar to coming across a toxic person. You should just ignore them and their attempts of trying to provoke you. Thank you for listening.